Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. The Nets-Bulls series has been very interesting, and the Nets arguably could be up 3-2 if they had not fallen apart over those last 3 minutes of Game 5. However, the Bulls are coming in with some serious injuries and sickness issues. So first of all, Kirk Hinrich couldn't play, and then Luol Deng suddenly fell ill before the game, really ill. And then you had Taj Gibson sick, and then Nate Robinson was puking in a bucket while he was on the sidelines. So it was a really interesting game, and the matchup I want to point out is between Brook Lopez and Joakim Noah. Because no one's really making a lot of noise about it, but Joakim Noah, in my mind, is playing circles around Brook Lopez. What he does on both sides of the floor is so much more profound on the game, and just about pulled it out for a Bulls team that had no business being within 12 or 15 points of the Brooklyn Nets. Joakim Noah is called upon defensively to do everything for the Bulls, from containing pick and rolls to contesting shots around the rim. You can see him in position to help out on Evans, but is quick enough to get back to Lopez and force this miss. Having to help so much on pin downs and penetration doesn't always yield defensive stops, but Noah makes this layup by Lopez more difficult. Just watch Noah's effort as he contains the pick and roll, then hustles to protect the rim and force a miss from point-blank range. Noah has been doing such a good job defensively guarding the basket, the Nets reconfigured their offense to take him farther away. While Lopez had some mid-range success, he's only shooting 30% from this area. The Bulls rigidly stuck to their game plan of giving him the outside shot, even though he had a few in Game 2 and Game 5. The Bulls let Boozer leave Evans to help on Joe Johnson all night, but that left Noah defending two players. Lopez scored all but one of his 7 field goals when the Bulls system dictated Noah had to leave to help on the ball. In the regular season, Lopez posted up 30% of his possessions for an average of 5.6 post-ups per game. He was highly rated in the 74th percentile, so it was startling to see the Nets barely try and get him the ball down low. After watching the results of his only 2 post-ups last night, it's pretty clear why. Noah also used pressure on the perimeter to make Lopez uncomfortable as he travels by dragging his pivot foot no call. However, he commits the turnover on the offensive foul, clearly flustered. Deep in the fourth, the pressure started to wear him down as the refs catch Lopez sliding his pivot foot for another turnover. The one constant with Noah is his relentlessness. The Bulls iced this pick and roll by forcing D. Will away from the screen. On the pocket pass, Noah quickly gets back in position to contest and force this Lopez miss. The Nets and Lopez opted to guard Noah very loosely and dare him to take an outside shot. For good reason, since Noah is shooting 24% from mid-range, and judging by his form, I'm not surprised. Noah also has trouble finishing on his post moves, and considering his foot injury, it's something the Bulls will have to stay away from if they want to compete in Game 7. Let's look at why giving so much room to Noah is a problem for the Nets defense. On the screen and roll, Noah is free to headhunt on the ball handler's defender, then roll to the hoop using his quickness to beat Lopez. Again, because Lopez gives Noah so much room on the screen and roll, the ball handler is not facing any pressure, and the Bulls made pocket passes all night. Noah is also the best passing big man in the NBA, and if you let him see the cutters without pressure, he'll pick your defense apart. Noah is still susceptible to turnovers as he leads all Bulls players who play any amount of significant minutes in turnover percentage. This is due to poor passing decisions and sloppy ball handling. Where Brook Lopez hurt the Bulls last night was by simply finishing what his teammates created for him. The Nets were met by a wall of defenders intent on stopping dribble penetration, and that allowed Brook Lopez to slide in behind the defense for a number of easy hoops at the rim. Deep in the fourth quarter, the Nets continued to let the ball handler use the screen, and another gorgeous pass by Noah gets Boozer a layup. The Bulls are so concerned with Joe Johnson, they bring Noah over to shadow. However, great spacing by the Nets opens the middle for a flash cut by Lopez for the dunk. Noah continued to be everywhere on defense for the Bulls, as he helps on the drive by D. Will and then gets right back into play to make an incredible block on Lopez's shot. Lopez contributes on the defensive end by angling Bellinelli out of the lane and swatting his shot out of bounds. You won't see many 7-footers be so active down low to help his teammates like Noah does. He comes over to watch D. Will's drive, slides over to contain Joe Johnson's attack from out top, then sprints all out to get a hand up on Lopez's shot, helping cause the miss. Not to be outdone, on the switch, Lopez is able to shield the basket from Nate Robinson and not let him score at the rim. In transition, watch Boozer's lousy effort and lack of awareness of where his man is forced Noah to have to guard Andre Blatch instead of his man Brook Lopez. We'll give credit to Boozer for fronting Lopez and denying him the low post, but as the shot clock winds down, Blatch is able to take Noah off the dribble for a shot made very difficult by Noah's effort. Next time down, the Bulls can't execute ice and allow Joe Johnson to get middle. This means Noah has to guard 2 people on the weak side. Watch how he's able to freeze Blatch by stunting towards Lopez, then close out on him and block his shot. Wow. Down 3, the Bulls run a curl play that forces Lopez high to contain Robinson. Nifty pocket pass to Noah and a heads-up play to exploit the lack of rotation off of the Bulls shooters to get Nazi a layup. And one last heads-up play by Noah. D. Will expecting the Bulls to foul, and Noah grabs the ball and forces a jump ball. The Bulls never give up and will fight to the buzzer, but look how bad this toss is by the referee. Way too far towards our right. The Bulls never got the chance to win the tip or get a shot. So there you have it, sports fans. I'm not going to pretend that Brook Lopez and Joakim Noah are the same player or play the same way. But I think it's pretty clear and pretty stark when you show them side by side the kind of effort that Noah gives out that Brook Lopez doesn't. In fact, it was so bad that they didn't even post him up in this game. They did it twice, and it was pretty much of a nightmare both times. So I would be interested to watch in Game 7 if they even go to the post up for Brook Lopez, because Joakim Noah is dismantling him down there and making plays everywhere else he can with assists and getting scores and putbacks. Brook Lopez had 3 rebounds last night. 3. So that's a real problem the Nets have. And in my mind, just real quickly, I think Joe Johnson is the man. And he's the guy that should be getting the #1 option across the board all the time for the Nets. And that's how I think that they're going to win this game. And if they go away from him too much, the Bulls are going to sneak it out and move on to the second round against the Heat. Well, thanks for joining us. Lots more coming up at B-Ball Breakdown. And don't forget, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?